Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Rick Megha. Myself, Upashana Pandey. I'm a second professional MBBS student from Nilratan Sirkur Medical College and Hospital. So in this video, we will be discussing about the brachial artery, which is the artery of the front of the forearm. This brachial artery begins as the continuation of the axillary artery at the distal border of the teres major. So let us see this. So this is our teres major muscle, you see, and at the distal border of the teres major, this brachial artery begins. Now this brachial artery moves along the medial side of the, you see, it runs along the medial side of the humerus. Then at the lower level, it comes to lie in front of the humerus, and there it appears in the cubital fossa. We find it as the content of the cubital fossa, right? So this is the course, and then at the neck of the radius, you see, this is the level of the neck of the radius. At this level, the brachial artery divides into the radial and the ulnar artery. This is the ulnar and this is the radial artery, which are the two terminal branches of this brachial artery. Now we need to know about the relations of the brachial artery. So let us look closely into the diagram. We will find the relations. You see, this is the head of the humerus. So this is our medial side and this is our lateral side, right? So let us find out the relations. Medially, in the upper part, we find the ulnar nerve, which is the branch of the medial cord of the brachial plexus. This ulnar nerve runs along the medial side of this brachial artery. Then it pierces, you see, the medial intermuscular septum, and then it follows its own course. And in the lower part, you see this median nerve, which was initially on the lateral side, crosses the nerve in front, and at the lower part, that is in the cubital fossa, this median nerve comes to lie medial to the brachial artery. We can remember the contents of the cubital fossa. From medial to lateral, it was median nerve, brachial artery, tendon of biceps, and then our radial nerve, right? Or we can say that superficial branch of the radial nerve, just to form this mnemonic MBBS, right? Now, so this is the medial relationship. Now what are the lateral relationship? Now initially this median nerve, this was lying lateral to the brachial artery. So we can see that in the upper part, the median nerve is in the lateral relationship of the brachial artery. Along with that, there is one muscle that we can find out here. This is our brachialis muscle. This is our tendon of the biceps. So if we trace this medially, we will find here the short head that comes from the coracoid process, and along with the short head of the biceps brachii, there is another muscle. Yes, you have guessed it right. That is the coracobrachialis muscle. So this coracobrachialis muscle also somewhere lies here, right? Along the medial border of this, along the medial aspect of the humerus. So this coracobrachialis muscle also come in the lateral relation of this brachial artery in the upper part. Why? Because the coracobrachialis muscle starts from the coracoid process and get inserted in the middle of the medial border of the shaft of the humerus. So we'll find it in the upper part, the lateral relationship, and the lower part, let us find out from the picture. We can see this biceps brachii, the tendon of the biceps brachii lies there. Okay. Now we are done with the medial and the lateral relationships. Now let us find out what lies in front. What should lie in front? Obviously some fascia, the deep fascia, the superficial fascia, the skin. Along with that, one more thing that we find out, that is the median nerve that crosses from the lateral to the medial side. So this median nerve will also come in the anterior relationship at the point where it crosses the brachial artery. Are we clear with that? Now let's look at the posterior relationship. Let us find out from the picture. This is our teres major, and you see there is one nerve that is have written there. You see, you follow the course. This is our radial nerve. So this radial nerve lies behind the brachial artery. The radial nerve is the branch of the posterior cord of the brachial plexus. This radial nerve lies behind it, right? Now, whenever we were talking about the radial nerve, there were one more structure that was always going along with it. Yes, that is the profunda brachii artery. The profunda brachii artery that comes along with the radial nerve, that emerges from the brachial artery on the proximal part, and then this goes along with this radial nerve, right? This is our profunda brachii artery. When we talk about this profunda brachii artery and the radial nerve together, we remember of one space, that is our lower triangular space. And in the lower triangular space, there was one muscle that was forming the one of the boundary along with this teres major. What was that? That was the long head of triceps that was lying on the medial side. That was forming the medial boundary of this lower triangular space. So that muscle will also lie behind the brachial artery, right? So these are all the relationships of the brachial artery. Now we will look into the branches. So this is the diagram showing the branches of the brachial artery. One thing that I need to tell you, that this portion has been extremely shortened, because this is the point where the brachial artery comes to lie in front of the shaft of the humerus. So as a rule, the profunda brachii artery should not emerge from here, because this profunda brachii artery emerges at the upper portion of the shaft of the humerus, that is at the proximal parts of the brachial artery. Just to bring everything in a diagrammatic representation, this portion has been shortened. Okay, this profunda brachii artery, this is the first branch that emerges from the proximal part of the brachial artery in the upper part of the shaft of the humerus, in the lower triangular space, right, and moves along with the radial nerve. Now let us find out the other branches. One is the superior ulnar collateral artery. Another one is the inferior ulnar collateral artery. And there is one nutrient artery that has not been shown in this diagram, that emerges just along the medial border of the shaft of the humerus and enters the nutrient foramen. In which direction will it enter? There is one mnemonic: from the knee I flee, and towards the elbow I go. So the direction of the nutrient artery should be directed downwards. Okay, so this should be going like this. Okay, now these are the two terminal branches. At the neck of the radius, the brachial artery divides and terminates by dividing into the two terminal branches. Medially is the ulnar and laterally is the radial artery. Now one more thing is that the superior ulnar collateral artery, inferior ulnar collateral artery, and the branches of the profunda brachii artery, those are the radial collateral artery and the posterior descending artery, this all take part in the anastomosis around the elbow. There is the network of the arterial plexus, that is the elbow, the anastomosis around the elbow. These branches take part in that anastomosis, and along with that few branches of the radial and the ulnar that will also take part and complete this anastomosis around the elbow. That is all about the brachial artery. We need not study anything more about this. Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye bye.